Hey everyone, and welcome back to Time Student Journeys. I'm your host, Finn. So, we talk a lot on this show about the academics, the campuses, and the logistics of studying abroad. But today, we're getting into the real, raw, day to day experience. What does it times feel like to be an international student? To help me do that, I'm so happy to be joined by Yen Dan. She's from Hanoi, Vietnam, and has been studying at Yuan Ze University in Taiwan for a couple of years now. Yen Dan, thanks for being here.
Thanks for having me, Finn. I'm really excited to be here and share my story.
Alright, let's just rewind the clock. Take me back to your very first day, or even your first few weeks, when you arrived in Taiwan and stepped onto the YZU campus for the first time. What was that like?
If I had to sum it up in one word, it would be overwhelming, like in every way possible. I remember just walking around campus and everything felt so new. The buildings had this modern, sleek design that was totally different from back home in Hanoi. The signs were all in characters I was just starting to learn. The food in the cafeteria smelled completely different. It was a lot to take in. I think for the first week, I was just walking around with my eyes wide open, just absorbing everything.
Yeah, that sensory overload is totally real. It's like your brain is on high alert all the time.
Exactly. But you know what? It wasn't all scary. Tucked right in there with the nervousness was this incredible feeling of freedom. It was the first time I was living away from my parents, and that sense of independence was exactly what I had been craving. Little things, like deciding on a whim to grab dinner at 9 p.m. with a new friend, or just choosing to study in the library instead of my room. YZU felt like this big, new playground where I could finally make my own choices.
That's a beautiful way to put it. And you mentioned making a new friend already in those first weeks. Was that a big part of helping you settle in?
Oh, 100%. I was so lucky. I met people from Indonesia, Japan, a few from Europe, and of course my Taiwanese classmates. They were just as curious about me as I was about them. Those first friendships were like an anchor. They made this huge, overwhelming place feel a little smaller, a little more like home.
Okay, so you've got this anchor, you're enjoying the freedom, but university life, especially abroad, is never a straight line. What were some of the tougher moments? The ones that really challenged you?
Yeah, the honeymoon phase doesn't last forever. The biggest challenge, honestly, was feeling invisible sometimes. Like, I'd be in a group of Taiwanese classmates and they'd all start chatting and laughing in rapid fire Mandarin. I could maybe catch one word in 10. And in that moment, I'd just kind of freeze, smile awkwardly, and feel this huge wall go up. It wasn't anyone's fault, but I felt so left out. I started having those late night thoughts, Did I make a huge mistake? Do I even belong here?
Ugh, that feeling of being on the outside looking in is so painful, especially when you're in a new country. It can really make you question everything.
It really can, and it wasn't just the language. I think I had this movie version of university in my head. I imagined this huge, bustling friend group, always doing something exciting, full of passion and energy, but my reality was quieter. I had one really close friend, and we'd hang out, which was great, but I missed that feeling of being part of a bigger crowd. I felt isolated, even though I was surrounded by people. It was a lonely feeling.
That's such an honest and important thing to share. It's that gap between expectation and reality that can be the hardest part of any journey. So, how did you start to bridge that gap? What was the turning point? Did something just click one day, or was it more gradual?
It was actually one specific decision. In my first year, I had joined this club, and I just wasn't happy. I felt out of place even there. So at the start of my second year, I decided to just quit. and I joined a different one, an international student club, and honestly, it was like night and day.
Wow. So just making that one change made a difference?
It was the catalyst. Suddenly, I was in a room full of people who were all in the same boat. Everyone was open to speaking English. Everyone was eager to share their culture and learn about others. The pressure was just gone. That gave me the confidence to start saying yes to other things. I'd see a poster for a university event or a party or a trip, and instead of talking myself out of it, I'd just go.
So you pushed yourself out of your comfort zone.
Exactly, and it was so worth it. I started going on these little trips around Taiwan with new friends to the mountains in Nantou, the beautiful coast of Yilan. Seeing the beauty of the country, experiencing its peaceful rhythm, it was like a reminder of why I came here in the first place. That shift from clinging to my one comfort zone to opening myself up completely transformed my experience. I finally felt like I was building my own place at YZU.
That's so inspiring. It really shows that sometimes you have to be the one to create the experience you want. It's not just going to fall into your lap.
Yes, that's the lesson. Don't be afraid to try new things, even if your heart is pounding in your chest the first time you walk into a room full of strangers. That's where the magic happens.
Absolutely. Okay, we have a couple of questions from some future students who are listening and are thinking about YZU. The first one is from a listener named Alex who asks, I'm a little nervous about the language. Is it easy to make friends at YZU if you don't speak Mandarin fluently?
Hi Alex, great question. My short answer is yes, it is possible. You won't be alone. So many students are in the same position, and Taiwanese students are often really keen to practice their English too. The key is to put yourself in the right places. Join an international club, go to the Office of International Affairs events. Those are your gold mines. You don't need to be fluent, you just need to be open. A smile, a little effort, and using translation apps when you're really stuck goes a long, long way. Don't let the language fear hold you back.
That's great advice. Okay, next question is from Maria. She asks, what's been the biggest culture shock or the biggest difference between studying in Taiwan and studying back home in Vietnam?
Ooh, that's a good one. For me, it's the pace of life. Hanoi is go, go, go. It's loud, it's fast, the traffic is chaos, everything feels urgent. When I first got to YZU, I remember thinking, wow, it's so quiet. At first, it felt a little too slow, but over time, I grew to love it. People actually sit and enjoy their meals together. They hang out after class just to talk. That slower rhythm, it gave me space. Space to think, to reflect, to just breathe. It's something I didn't know I needed, and now I really appreciate it.
That's a beautiful note to end on. Yandan, thank you so much for being here today. Your story is so real, and I know it's going to resonate with so many of our listeners who are maybe feeling those same first-year nerves or second-year doubts.
Thank you, Finn. It was really fun to talk about it all. My final message to anyone thinking about YZU or studying abroad anywhere is this. Don't be afraid of the hard parts. Seriously. The challenges, the loneliness, the moments of doubt, they're not signs that you've failed. They're just part of the journey. They're what push you to grow. Yuan Ze is a place that gives you the space and support to figure it out, and if you just stay open, you will absolutely find your place.
Beautifully said. And on that note, we'll wrap up today's episode of Time Student Journeys. Thanks for listening, everyone. We'll see you next time.